Mums with Hustle podcast, episode 478.
Welcome to the Mums with Hustle podcast, where you'll discover everyday mum entrepreneurs killing it in their industry. Learn the secrets you can replicate to create your own success with your host, Tracy Harris.
If you started the year telling yourself that you were going to be more visible this year, you were going to show up more authentically yourself, more fully expressed, you're going to connect with your audience, maybe you had your eyes set on launching a digital business or starting to grow an audience. But hello, what have you been doing about it, babe? No, I'm sure you've been taking those steps forward, right? This episode is for you. I'm going to be chatting to you about Instagram carousels and specifically my viral structure for Vlog-Style Carousels. So I have been loving carousels for, I don't know, a year or more, absolutely loving them. And something that I love using carousels for is to teach. I love teaching tutorials through carousels. I love storytelling through carousels, either my own stories or the stories of my mentees and my members and their success or the things that they've overcome. I love the Vlog-Style Carousel. I love taking people behind the scenes of my life. I've shared Vlog-Style Carousels about our time here in Bali. Like, I have been doing the Vlog-Style Carousel for a long time. And so I've experimented with several formats and I know what works. And I'm here to share it with you. I'm going to give you the tea on what works. This is my viral structure for Vlog-Style Carousels. And you're going to be able to write it all down. There's really only 4 parts to it, so it's nice and simple. So if you aren't sitting down with a pen and paper, you really should go and do that. Run, press pause, quick, go get it. Okay, cool. I'm going to pretend that you did that. And we're going to keep going with this episode. Before I dive in to the 4 steps, if you are a current member of my Social Method Society, then in April, we are really focusing and deep diving into Vlog-Style Carousels. I have just put the finishing touches on a guide, a very thorough guide to walk you through all of the theory and then all of the practical elements that you're going to need with the strategies to be able to participate in our implementation challenge in April, which is all around Vlog-Style Carousels. And I'm so excited for us to be diving deeper into this, taking action all together, because if there's one thing that I know, it is like knowledge is all well and good, right? You can go on the internet and you can look up anything for free, but you need to become the person that takes the action. You need to become the person that implements and not just takes action, but someone that can go somewhere and get feedback and inspiration and iterate. Like, that is the cool thing about the Social Method Society. So if you are a female in business listening to this podcast, maybe you've been a member in the past and you need a bit of an Instagram reboot because maybe, not being in the community has meant that you have fallen away from consistency or you're not up to date on the current trends in content. Come and join us. Come back to the Social Method Society. We'd love to have you back. We have ladies returning all the time. And if you've never been a member and you want to be a member because maybe you had visibility and audience building as one of your goals, then come and join us in the Social Method Society. Go to socialmethodsociety.com now to learn more about it and to come and join us. But I wanted to jump on the podcast to share my viral carousel structure with you. Now, this is more specific to the Vlog-Style Carousel, but in a nutshell, carousels are just images. They're photos, or they can be text graphics if you want to get fancy and like jump onto Canva and make like some beautiful text graphics. They work well also, but I am talking about the Vlog-Style Carousel, which means you're going into your camera roll and you are going to select multiple images and you are going to tell some kind of story. Now, you're going to either take your audience behind the scenes with you on part of your day, like a bit of a day in the life. But if you're going to do that, you can't just make it be about you. You need to tie it back so that it is valuable to your audience. So let me give you a little example of that, right? You know, at the moment that I'm in Bali. I've been living in Bali for the past year. I have 6 months to go. I don't want to go home. What's going to happen? Anyway, when I've shared some Bali content in the past, I'm not just sharing a day in the life. I will often take an extra step to give you some more value beyond just being inspired and saying, oh, Tracy, that looks so nice. Like, yes, that's great. That is valuable to be inspired, to be activated, but I want to go the extra mile. So something that I'll do is just mention all of the places, like the locations, whether it's restaurants or activities and things that we're doing with the kids. Like, I will mention those places so that you have a reason to save it, or so that it's helpful to you beyond just inspiration. Okay. So if you are going to do any type of day in the life content, you want to make sure that you are going the extra mile. Like, what's one extra thing? Could you include prices on there of, like, if you went shopping, could you include the prices? I don't know. That's just a little example, right? So anyway, a vlog-style carousel post where you're selecting multiple images from your camera roll and you are telling some kind of story. You're either taking people behind the scenes. You can share a story, do some storytelling, connect with your people. You can, like I said, take them behind the scenes, do a day in the life. You can teach them a process. But typically a vlog style is a bit of like what's happening in your life at the moment, or a life lately sort of photo dump even. But you've got to make it be helpful for your people. Now, there is a very specific structure that you need to follow if you want your carousel to maybe go a bit viral for you. Now, what is viral? Viral is going to be different for you than it is for me, and my definition of viral is going to be different compared to some other like insanely talented content creators out there. But really, it's like if you notice a massive spike either in the likes of the comments or the reach and the saves and the views, like that is going to be viral for you. If you are used to getting, 300, 500 views on your reel and all of a sudden you're getting like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 views, like I think you should say, yeah, you went viral for me. There you go. Very cool, right? So anyway, here's the 4-part structure. Get the pen and paper. Write this down. Tracy's viral vlog-style carousel structure. All right, so the first slide is going to be your hook. Now, this needs to be some kind of bold statement or a question or an emotional trigger that stops the scroll. If you're in my Social Method Society, you have access to my guide on hooks. There are so many different types of hooks that you can choose from. You could choose a question hook, a knowledge gap hook, a statistic hook. There's so many, a storytelling hook. There's even more than that, but you need to create some kind of hook and put that on the first image, right? Then on the second slide, you're going to have a second hook. It's basically just a different angle to the first hook because you're going to recapture people's attention. Now, this is the cool thing about carousels, and it's the reason why I think that we are seeing more reach on carousels than reels at the moment. And that is because carousels appear in your followers' feeds twice. No other form of content, nothing else that you share, no reel, no post, nothing else is going to show in your followers' feeds twice, giving them 2 opportunities to engage. But the carousel does. And this is because Instagram is prioritizing carousels. You need to pay attention to the things that they are prioritizing, and you need to create that sort of content. Jump on the bandwagon. This is why inside of the Social Method Society, I am teaching my ladies things that are current. This is why it is a membership and not a course, because Instagram changes, the audience changes, strategies and things come and go, and I want to keep my ladies up to date with the latest and the greatest. So carousels is where it is at. And the Vlog-Style Carousel really is where it's at. So remember, coming back to slide number 2, you're going to have that second hook, which is basically just a different angle of the first hook. And that is because Instagram is going to show this separately. Like it's going to pop up a second time in people's feeds. So if you don't put a second hook on that second slide, and if you just get into the next section, which is the main content, the body of your content, then your content has kind of started and people don't really know what it is that they're looking at and why they should care or why they should stop. So you want to make sure that the second slide isn't just rushing into the teaching of something or the showing people that you ate scrambled eggs and salmon for breakfast. That is just, you're losing context. So first slide is a hook. Second slide is a hook with a different angle. Third slide, now it could be slide 3, 4, 5, and 6, however many slides you need here, really, to share the main content. That's what you create next. So it could be that you are sharing your morning routine, and maybe that takes up 4 or 5 slides. It could be that you are sharing how to make a particular recipe, like your favorite cheesy gnocchi or something. I don't know. It could be that you are taking your audience behind the scenes of how you record your podcasts each week. And maybe that takes 10 different slides. It's okay. There's you can create carousels with up to 20 slides now. So, it doesn't really matter. Take as many slides as you want, as long as it is helpful and valuable or interesting to your ideal customer. Rule of thumb is it's generally going to take around 3 to 5 slides to teach your main point. So in this section, it's where you are unpacking, or it's where you are teaching, or it's where you are telling the story, or it's where you are showing a process or sharing the insights. It's happening in this set of slides here in the middle. And step 4 is your final slide, which is your call to action slide. You want to tell people what they need to do next. So if their next step is to leave a comment, maybe they're going to comment with a particular word, and maybe you've been in my community for a while because it's been for over a year that we've been talking about ManyChat and how to use that to collect leads and, get people into sales conversations, or maybe booking a call with you, or even just selling your offers, tiny offers, bigger offers. All of that can be triggered when you ask people to comment with a particular word if you are using ManyChat. Okay, so I know a lot of my mentees and my members in my Social Method Society have gone ahead and set that up for themselves. If you have not set up ManyChat because maybe your audience is still teeny tiny for now, and maybe it's manageable for you to just DM people manually if they comment a particular word, then by all means do that. That's beautiful too. Okay. We only start to really use ManyChat when you don't have a person that is physically able to sit there, whether it's you or someone on your team, messaging people in real time. We use ManyChat for, list building and selling en masse, or driving traffic to a blog or a podcast, or, your online store en masse. That's when we use ManyChat. But you're going to use a call to action on that last slide that tells people what to do. So maybe you told them to comment a particular word. Maybe you're telling them to save the post. Maybe you're telling them to send you a DM with a particular word or phrase. Maybe you're telling them maybe you're asking them a question, comment 1, 2, or 3 and let me know which one of these you would pick as your next outfit, whatever it is. Okay. You could be asking them a question, getting them to vote on something, or getting them to answer something, but you need a call to action. So let's go through the 4-part viral Vlog-Style Carousel structure. Okay. Step 1 on slide 1 was the first hook. Step 2 on slide 2 is the second hook. Slides 3 to say slide 6, maybe more if it's a longer piece of content, That's where you teach the main content. So write that down. Main content comes next. Step 4 is the call to action slide. That's where you tell them what to do next. Use this framework on your next reel. Sorry, not reel. On your next carousel. Have I said the word reel instead of carousel anywhere else in this episode? Oh my gosh. If I have, I apologize. I'm talking about carousels. Okay. This is the viral structure for carousels. So you're going to do that. You're going to give it a go. And I want you to DM me and tell me that you did it. Tell me how it went. Compare it from other carousels that you've done to this carousel that you've had a go of now. I love giving examples, so I thought I'd finish this episode up with a couple of examples from different niches. So the first example is, okay, let's pretend that you're a personal trainer. I have got a lot of personal trainers, health coaches, wellness teachers and practitioners inside of my community. And so if you fall into this category, a hook like this can be easily adapted to you, right? So let's just say you're a personal trainer. Maybe you're going to use this hook on slide 1. The 3 worst exercises for insert desired goal. Okay, let's pretend the desired goal was fat loss for your audience. Then you would say the 3 worst exercises for fat loss. Or maybe the desired goal is defined abs. The 3 worst exercises for defined abs. What? Do you know what that's doing to my brain? That's making me go, oh my God, there are exercises that are not good for me in my pursuit of defined abs. What are those? I need to know. So we call those knowledge gap hooks. So a knowledge gap is when you make your audience think like, oh my gosh, there's something I don't know. I need to know that thing. Like, what is that? I simply cannot be going to the gym not knowing these things. Okay, so that's the knowledge gap hook. Or let's pretend, I don't know, what's another goal? Muscle building, right? You want to build juicy glutes, all right? So the 3 worst exercises for building juicy glutes. There you go. All right, so that would be a hook, all right? And so that could be the first hook on the first slide. You're going to then have a second slide with a secondary hook. And it could be something like, let's just pretend we're going to use curiosity here. It could be like, number 2 is the most common mistake I see people make in the gym when they're trying to build their glutes. Oh my gosh. So imagine if that landed in someone's feed. Like they're not going to see the first slide. They've already seen that and they scrolled past, right? Or they didn't even notice. Now Instagram is serving them up your carousel a second time, but it's starting with the second slide. So the second slide must be a hook, a variation of the hook. And when you say number 2 is the most common mistake I see, guess what strategy that's using? That is using curiosity hooks. It like literally baits us in to be like, oh, okay, well, I've got to know what the second one is. What's the second one? And now all of a sudden I'm swiping across, which counts as an engagement or an interaction. And what do you know? Instagram is going to increase my reach and show that to more people because more people are already engaging with it. This is why it's so important. If you are someone that is scrolling Instagram, just saving the tips of gurus and creators or Instagram experts, and not really understanding the strategies underneath these things, it is going to be so much harder for you to grow. You may hit a couple of like cool results along the way because you're just seeing inspo and you're saving it. But until you know and you understand what goes on underneath all of these strategies and tactics, you're really just guessing and you're pulling a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and you're going to end up with some hot mess of a meal. Pretend it's a meal, right? You're grabbing an ingredient from here and an ingredient from there, and you're like blindly throwing it all in the pot and expecting it to taste delicious at the end. It doesn't work like that. You really need, especially if you are the main person in marketing on in your business, like you are the content creator, it is so important that you educate yourself with understanding things like hooks and copywriting and not just, the tricks to do with Instagram. Like, we've got to build our knowledge base, and then we've got to take action. We've got to have intention behind absolutely everything that we create. And we need to know, the end goal of what we're trying to achieve. And then we need to be able to select the most appropriate strategy and use that to meet the end goal. Otherwise, we're just posting content for the sake of it. And it might look good and it might be entertaining, but it's not going to convert. And that's just me being brutally honest, because I love you all so much and I want you to do well. Okay. So you need to understand this stuff, right? So that second hook there, where we say, number 2 is the most common mistake I see. That is using the psychology of like curiosity. That's what's going on there, right? Okay, then we move on to the main content, right? So maybe this is slide 3, 4, 5, 6 that we're talking about here. This is where maybe you give exercise 1 and you talk about why it's ineffective and what to do instead. Like, this is helpful. We're not just saying it's ineffective. No, you got to help the people. You're going to go that extra mile and you're going to tell them what to do instead. And then they're going to swipe. And it's like exercise 2. All right, maybe you're going to give a common mistake and a better alternative, something that is actually more effective or more efficient. And then exercise 3, it could be, another ineffective exercise and what to do instead. Or it could be what most people don't realize when they're at the gym and they're doing a particular movement and how to fix it. Maybe it's some kind of incorrect form. I don't know. I'm just making this up, right? And then we've got our final slide, which is our call to action. Now, this personal trainer putting out this post might say, save this post and comment fix if you want a proven fat loss friendly workout plan. Okay, how cool is that? So now all of a sudden you've got a call to action. People are saving the post and they're commenting the word fix. And you are then going to be able to go over to the DMs. This is like the beginning of a funnel with your carousel. So this is how we just go from carousels to carousels that actually convert. Now, if you want to make this be more of a vlog style carousel, then it could be you, like 3 things, like 3 of the worst exercises that you were doing for fat loss. Ooh, now people are interested because it's more personal. And then you can kind of, move into it like that. Like, I used to do this, but now I do this. I used to do this, but I replaced it for this. And I used to do this, which is what most people do. And now I do this. And look at the results I got. Comment fix. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. So that was a little example from the fitness industry. Now, I've got a lot of business owners, mentors, course creators, membership owners. I've got so many business coaches in this community. I love you. I see you. All right. Let's just pretend you're going to do a carousel and you're going to share the 3 biggest mistakes really that are killing people's sales. Now, you could just say that, but you could make it be more interesting. Like, these 3 mistakes are costing you sales. Fix them now. Just imagine that. Ooh, that's like going to stop my scroll. Like, what a statement. Okay, you sound sure of yourself. All right. And then you could also make it be about you. If your audience loves hearing like your top 3 business mistakes. Oh my gosh, that cost you sales. Or I made this one change and I added another $250,000 to my revenue. Like, whoa, what's the change? Like, I suddenly want to swipe across and I want to read it. I want to know. So second hook on the second slide could be something along the lines of most business don't even realize that they're making mistake number 2. Oh, remember curiosity. What is mistake number 2? All right, next slides. This is where we have the main content. So you could go into mistake number 1, mistake number 2, mistake number 3. Just remember that if you're giving a mistake, what do we want to do? We want to give them a solution. We want to give them a quick fix. We want to give them an alternative. So this is where the content becomes actually helpful versus just telling people what they're doing wrong. And then in the final slide, maybe you're going to say, comment sales, and I'll DM you my sales script. Okay, all of a sudden, people are going to be commenting sales because they've come from a piece of content that has helped them. or it's maybe got some social proof in there. Like maybe you've included some screenshots of your results. And so they're like, oh, wow, I really want to know how to do that. I want to know how to do that too. Send it my way. So anyway, there are a couple of Vlog-Style Carousel topics for different niches applied to the structure that I just shared with you before. Now, remember with the vlog style, if you're going to do some kind of day in the life thing, you also don't need to tell your entire day. You could just pick a piece of your day. So it could be your morning routine. And instead of saying my morning routine, you could make it be more interesting. And it could be something playful, like how I went from being a lazy sloth in the mornings to blah, 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 like insert desired result. Like, you know, the CEO of $1 million digital marketing company or whatever it is, or to running a marathon, like, wow, and completely changing my life. Like, and then you can scroll through and it can start to tell the story. Now, remember, when you're telling a story, there has to be some kind of conflict. There has to be some kind of struggle. It's the struggle that people relate to. It's a struggle that makes your story interesting. You didn't just want to achieve something or experience something and then just like fairy godmother came and all of your dreams came true. No, there's like, this is life. There's always some kind of setback or challenge or villain or obstacle or breakdown before there is the breakthrough. And if you can get really good at storytelling and doing it through a carousel, you are going to not just see your engagement improve, but you're going to like actually connect with your audience and make a difference and build community and rally people together and help people and grow your business, because people are going to experience more emotion when they're looking at your stuff and they're going to be helped. So the Vlog-Style Carousel is not just in, like, you got to be doing it. It is the thing for 2025 at least. It's been the thing for a while. And when you apply it to storytelling, which is also a very real thing, you're going to see really amazing growth, faster growth for yourself. So give it a go. Now, if you are serious about staying up to date with Instagram marketing, with taking action, with being consistent, with implementing, with getting feedback on the things that you implement, with moving forward together, with being able to get called out on a coaching call with me, then I want you to go to socialmethodsociety.com now and just learn some more about what my Social Method Society is. And I'd love to have you in there. I built this community for all of us. So let's get in there. Let's start taking Instagram actions together. Let's fall in love with content. Let's fall in love with speaking more, taking up more space, serving people, selling. That's why we're in business. We're here to help people. So go to socialmethodsociety.com and I would love to welcome you as a member. Go and check it out. And I will see you next time on the podcast. Bye.